This is almost a bit of a throwback to this time last year. If I am not mistaken, I think I was probably sitting at this table, probably at the exact same time of year, with an owl on the table, a little longer down. So, forgive the repetition, any of you that have already seen last year's clips, and forgive my lack of originality in variety. But anyway, I didn't get a chance for the last week to update. I've just been busy for the last week. I just wanted to show you the long-eared chick at, what are we, 21 days, I think, or 22 days maybe. And I'm just after feeding this little one. Come on, lady. I know this is very hygienic, it's just at my dining room table. I swear I'm very clean, really, otherwise. But I'm just after feeding this lady, so she is. You'll see that she has changed a lot from the last time that I updated with a picture. This is a really little dote of a one. And for those of you not from Ireland, dote is kind of like a layman's term for just an adorable little bird. I don't know why I'm saying she. She looks like a female. The loveliest chick, kind of at the comical stage. She's really getting curious to the environment, taking in everything at the moment. She's off heat for the last 4 or 5 days more. One thing about this breed, they can be delicate as chicks, but they're really hardy from the point of view of weaning them off heat. They get very independent very, very quickly, and once you get through past that tentative first couple of days stage when they are quite delicate, they really do thrive very quickly. She has tripled in size in the last week, albeit that her appetite is still, relatively modest. She's not excessively greedy. I'm a great believer in using the balanced diet. So I use, as I was telling you the last time, I used a mixture of quail meat and I use rodent meat. Um, I have a rodent control policy. This sounds very diplomatic, doesn't it? But I do have a rodent control policy here around the house. I don't like the overuse of rodent bait and poisons. I just disagree with it at every level. But I have lots of little cage traps to catch my own rodents, and I recycle them in this way, with my birds. And when you live in the countryside, there's always got to be plenty of mice, and particularly field mice. I'm really lucky here, actually, in that we have there's my garden seems to be kind of a natural habitat to those what I would call field mice. They're different to the what you call the domestic house mouse, if there's such things. You know what I mean, a house mouse. The field mice are different, and this particular bird loves them. Uh, but that is just instinct, because in the wild that is what they would live on, and that's what they would feed on. And what else am I feeding them with? I'm using ordinary chick meat as well, and I always give a heads up to Pete Dowling for just being so dependable for me and with me for all the years. So Pete, if you're watching or listening to this, thank you very much. You're a great man. Never lets me down. So the mixture of the diet is good, and I always add a small little bit of vitamin. I know they're just growing. I'm kind of look. I'm probably coming from a health background, so I always think a few vitamin is no harm to supplement a diet. So I use small little bits of meat extract to supplement at this stage, just as they're growing, because we all know what it's like, when you're growing, when our kids are growing, everything is accelerated. So a little bit of bonus is not going to go astray. This is the loveliest word. I know I've said this so many times before. It's so easy to get attached to them, but they all have their own kind of individual kind of traits and comical aspects. She's at the stage now what you call fledgling, so she's beginning to work her wings, and it's like as though she just discovered she had wings. I think it was 2 days ago. And it's just so funny just to watch her prancing around, trying to flap the wings. I love to see that. I love to see that aspect of nature, that side of nature. But she's just so pleasant and so comical. She just sits there placid. When she wants something, she lets you know. But otherwise, she's quite content with all the new sights and sounds and all that she's been exposed to at the moment. A lot of people on the forum have dropped PM or messages rather, over the last couple of weeks, just with general inquiries around them, people that are new maybe to long-eared owl particularly. And thanks to all of you that did. Believe me, I'm no expert at all, but they are a very unique bird in that they're very native to our Western Territories here in Ireland, the long-eared. I consider them to be more indigenous than the barn owl here, but I stand to be corrected on that. But I believe from when I was a very, very young child seeing long-eared owls flying around, and I know some friends of mine have stuffed long-eared owls that were destroyed or damaged. This has gone back over 100 years ago, more, and they have them in a taxidermy. A taxidermist restore them, and it is over 150 years old or something like that. So anyway, look at it. I always remember my grandfather talking about the long-eared owls at night, and his father before him. So yeah, look, I'm not too sure of the timeline of their genesis, but so yeah, so they're, and actually in Ireland they're called, the Irish name for them is Cian Coch, which if you translate it directly means the head of Kathleen, or Kathleen's head. I don't know what that's about. My mother's name is Kathleen. I always kind of smile when I hear the Cian Coch. I don't know where it comes from. But it's obviously something to do with some Irish folklore. So a few of you have been asking about their diet, and some people find it. Some people who love birds genuinely always find it a little bit off-putting when they hear of a bird being a carnivore, being a meat eater. But that is what owls do. They live on meat only. And as you know, they have a double stomach, two stomachs. One that processes what they can use, and one that regurgitates and grinds up what they can't. And what they can't use is converted into that. Looks like slug or something, doesn't it? That's one owl she hacked up early this morning. So it's solid hard, and it's like a stone. But a little tip for some of you that may like gardening as well, because I love gardening here. I use these, all the owl pellets, as a slow release fertilizer. I just shove them down into the container pots for the summer. And they're exactly the same as the slow release fertilizer you get in the garden centres. I think they're actually better. And they just break down gradually. So anyway, that is, I just wanted to show you herself just before she gets any bigger. I know she's and as I said, I hope you enjoy these small little updates and just glimpses of them. And my apologies, I haven't had a chance for the last couple of weeks to update as much as I would have wanted to. But okay, there you go. So that's today. I've no idea what date it is. It's the middle of April. That's that's the kind of week I'm having. I'm totally disorientated in date and time. But yeah, it's the middle of April, first week of April. So there we go. Hope you enjoy that. And next time you're here, she'll be a very, very different bird. Okay, bye.